All right, guys, it's the Way I See It podcast. Still breaking down Alabama, getting ready for the Sugar Bowl. We'll start off right here on part two of the Alabama breakdown with the second half of the Alabama-Texas A&M game. Like we said earlier, we feel like Texas A&M is probably the best team to look at to get ready for Clemson. All right, Alabama. You see, Hurts is a real weapon for Alabama. I will say this, and I've been a big fan of Hurts, but kind of breaking Alabama down and really looking at what's going on. I've been a little disappointed in him in some of his reads, not getting the ball out of his hands as fast as he could. That right there was an outside zone play. Texas A&M run it down pretty good, and it's not. And I'm not trying to hate on Jalen at all. Hurts is a great player.
That's the second offense in 2 years.
Right. It just doesn't seem. He doesn't seem to be as decisive with the ball as I expected him to be. Okay, we got a trio right. Tight end away from trips right here. It's a good running or passing down. Great route right there by Alabama.
That's Ridley, isn't it?
Yeah, and you got a shoot route by the inside guy, and then you got one guy running under or a slant. Call it an under route. It's more under than slant. You got another guy kind of just exploiting the middle, the gap that's created.
That shoot route.
A shoot route is where you see this most inside guy right here. So you can call it like a shoot. Or you could call it an angle. But what you're trying to do is create you're trying to create a hole with the other two routes and have that man exploit it. It's a good man beater, great man beater. All right, so got a wing and a tight end. Okay, running outside zone again. And now A&M's doing a good job with outside zone. Now, I didn't see Alabama run that much the first half. I'm seeing them come out in the second half. I saw them doing a lot of inside zones. I saw them doing some power and some G lead type stuff, but just seeing them come out with a little bit different wrinkle. It probably plays a little bit, I would think, outside zone because that's the outside play, trying to beat people to the edge. And A&M's got good speed. I don't think they're as big and as physical as Alabama, and that's probably why 2 times Alabama's run it and hasn't been as successful. But what it does is the stretch play or the outside zone, same play. It's a great play to set up the rollouts and the faking one rolling out to the other side, getting the guy sneaking the tight end or fullback in the flats, which Alabama loves to do. So they're probably just trying to set that up. All right, that was just an automatic swing screen to the back. You can see the receivers and tight ends were blocking from the get-go. So just trying to get that man right there in space. And he's a physical freak. He's 240 pounds, 6'2", and
something else.
Runs like a 4.5 or something like that. I mean, he's amazing talent. And anytime you can get those guys in space, and Alabama manages to do that and still be powerful, and kind of impose their will while they do it.
Right.
All right, Kings formation again, so tight end and twins away. Going inside zone. And the way they're going to run it is, guys, we talked about earlier, inside zone, more times than not, you're reading an end. Sometimes you, instead of reading that in, you block that in and read a linebacker. But basically, when you run zone, you're trying to figure out one person you don't have to block, and so you get an advantage. So you're going to take one guy out of the play by reading him. As long as you make the correct read, you get an advantage offensively. That's the whole goal behind the zone read. that 4th and 1. It's just downhill power football. And there didn't hesitate right there. And you can tell they're
Look
kind
at
of,
that man right there.
yeah. And you can tell they're kind of tasting a little bit of blood in the water right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get a really good look right here. That's what people would call. A lot of people call it a wham play. They wham the tight end and wham that. A lot of times it's a D lineman when you get a blitzing linebacker, you can, and by say wham, I mean that tight end cut that linebacker down as he was coming through. So sometimes the way teams run that play is each side of the line zones away from the wham. So the line to the left of the tight end is zone left, and the line to the right of the tight end is zone right. And then the guy that's, there'd be one guy on block, and that's who the tight end or the wingback would get. It's a very physical play. Very physical play, and that fits Alabama's MO. And they kind of monster running the ball.
Yeah. They got a huge guy running the ball. They got a huge offensive line.
All right, so we got trips and first down, trips at the bottom. I would expect some kind of run right here. Yep, got a run from the quarterback. And the reason I thought that is because that's a very pass-oriented formation to be in, first and goal. So, I just was expecting it to be, something not what they were looking like they were going to do. And that's kind of what turned out. Now, A&M defended it well. So now we got 2nd and goal. Same old formation we've seen a lot. Trio right. Now A&M, there you go. It's kind of what I was wondering right there. Good play, good call. Okay, the original thought was to run some type of screen back or pass combo back away from the trio because A&M was a little outnumbered. And you see that Jalen Hurts first looked to his left. And that slight look opened up the route back to the right side. All right, so watch here. You'll see the tight end and the back. See, and then he went right back the other way. Really, that was a really good play call. That's the New England Patriots' influence on this Alabama offense. That's the kind of stuff that you see the Patriots doing nonstop. And look, now if Alabama can do that kind of stuff, it's hard to beat them. It's hard to beat them. And I will say this: it's almost like they've got so many good players. They're not exactly sure who to get the ball to a lot. Like if on some of these teams, if they had, Calvin Ridley and Scarborough, then them guys gonna get between them two. They're gonna get it like 45 times a game. But Alabama's got so many good players that they kind of their best players don't really get it as much as they could. Now you would expect in the playoffs for that to change. They're just gonna feed their horses. I would expect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see what we got here. And there again, Alabama's really good in special teams. It's got a lot to do with their.
And when you have that many just really good players, you don't have to ask your All-American safety to try to do more than being All-American safety.
That's right.
He just has to learn his position and play it well because he's got another All-American in waiting playing the other safety spot or the other corner.
That's a really good point. When you're that good top to bottom, it's it kind of makes everybody's life a little bit easier. Okay, 2 back. They come out, they run they fake where they sent motion one way and run outside zone away from it. And you can see what A&M they're kind of trying to do whatever they can do to keep their quarterback on his feet. Coach Summer's a little upset, it looks like. All right, double twins. Both slots are off the line. All right, that's a man beater right there. This outside guy has your outside receiver has an outside release go. You run a whip route with your inside guy, which means he's going to run like he's coming like a slant and then break back out. And that's a man beater. Really hard to cover that one on one. That was a really good call. I got trips to the boundary right here. Inside zone, just they're not able to run the ball at all.
That's gonna be interesting to see if Clemson can.
Well, if Clemson can, they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. Okay, trips away, trips to the field. 2nd and 8. You would expect some type of pass, but no. It's another outside. And see, so this is one of the things we talked about in our earlier podcast. When you're playing Madden growing up, you always run to the wide side of the field. But in college football, usually if you run wide, it's to the short side because you want to catch the team slanting to the field. That's exactly what happened right now. All right, twin stacked, and it's a run play. That's what we talked about earlier. When you see those really wide stacks, trying to spread the defense out, they got to cover them guys. But you try to widen them out to create some room, but it didn't really matter.
Do you think A&M trying to slow down the pass rush here, so? Is that what they're?
Yeah, I do. They're just trying to find something that works.
Yeah.
Trying to find something that works. It's they're outgunned right here. And Alabama's doing a really good job in coverage.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he had a chance to take a shot right then, but Alabama's playing their safeties kind of deep. So they're probably trying to bait them into making a mistake like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, another 3rd and long for Bama. For A&M. A&M's going empty. Let's see how Alabama defends this because it's the kind of scenario you usually see a run by the quarterback. They're going to run orbit motion. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so they're just trying to do. You can tell they're afraid to just sit back and throw the ball. So they run orbit motion, fake the screen to him. Hopefully, what they were thinking is maybe get one of those inside linebackers to pursue and run quarterback draw. Didn't work. All right, 4th and 6. Let's see what we got. And one of the reasons you can run that draw on 3rd down if you've already made your mind up to go for it on 4th. So you take an easy way out on 3rd. Hope it works.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're bringing 5.
Great coverage.
It's great coverage. It's just A&M looks lost right here because they're running a 5-yard out on 3rd and 8. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's what they had.
They run those whip routes.
Yeah.
Yep. Hoping to get the same thing, and it just didn't work for them.
Alabama is really impressive.
Yeah. Now you see all that dancing that's going on right there by that A&M. You know what? That lasts till the first time you get hit in the mouth.
Yeah.
And then all that mess is over with. So players like to do it. And I think the fans like to see it, but in the end, it don't mean anything. What matters is blocking and tackling, and being physical and being disciplined, and that kind of stuff. All right. I know we got time for one more Alabama drive. All right, got a different look right here. They come out with 2 tights, twins on one side. I love that formation. And they're going to come out and get aggressive.
No.
Woo! Just like that. They come out and go 2 tight ends with twins on the same side. And you would expect if they do that and they're going to run deep to keep their tight ends in, but they didn't. They sent both tight ends on a route in. And Hurd came back and looked like he made a pretty good throw.
It looked good throw. They look like the receiver.
They're saying that an eligible receiver downfield. I bet what happened out there was one of the wide receivers. I bet the guy at the bottom of the screen. I bet there was on. Yep. See, I couldn't see him. The guy at the bottom of the screen is on, and the tight end. So he's supposed to be. He can be off. He shouldn't be on right there. So when that tight end went out for a pass, it made the tight end ineligible.
Well, he was wide open.
Yeah, he was wide open. All right, that's inside zone. Inside, Alabama, they just can kind of keep swinging that sledgehammer with that inside zone, and they know before long they're gonna bust one like they did on the first play of the game.
Yeah, they've already bust one. They keep hammering it. They're gonna bust one or wear your defense out one.
Right, and either way they're in control.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never a bad play for them right now to have a 3-yard game. They got a 21-point lead.
So you have no chance to catch them. I mean, A&M has no chance to catch them right here.
Not unless they do some uncharacteristic stuff. All right, so they got a wing. They're gonna fake. All right, they're running right. What they run right then was I had to see which receiver that was. It looked like they were running a sail route, a go on the outside and out on the inside. But let me see right here. No. Okay, what they did was they run a hitch on the outside and they run a out and up or a post corner. A corner post with the slot. So I read that wrong, but that was going to be a max protect type play, and they were going to take a shot. I see that's something they really like to do. Screenplay, and when I say max protect, what I'm talking about is they're going to leave a back and a tight end in the block. And then the routes they run with the receivers are going to probably be double moves or something like that, down the field type plays.
Protect, take a long drop to your quarterback, protect him, and let him hit when let your athletes get open, create space.
That's right. A real good job by that running back, like in making that block. Now that's kind of uncharacteristic. He makes that block, you got a chance because the guy that strips the ball and makes the tackle is the guy that the back should have blocked.
Alabama, their defense looks the best, but of the four offenses, to me, they may be the fourth.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Not that they're bad.
Not that they're bad.
The best team in the country, but I would agree with that. All right, so now we talked about with Clemson, you get a change. There's your offense has a turnover. How does your defense respond?
We talked about Clemson coming in and.
Yeah, then Clemson immediately got really aggressive, blitzing and stuff like that.
Yep.
So let's see how Alabama handles that. First play was pretty good. I mean, it was 1-yard gain. Another side story is going to be how does Jeremy Pruitt handle the double duties? Yeah, the transition.
As a full of Rick, FSU.
All right, now Alabama did something right then that they normally don't do, or they haven't done in this game, is they told their blitz a little early right then. They were bringing a corner blitz. They brought him off the edge a good bit earlier, which allowed the quarterback to make a good decision and pick up positive yards. All right, 3rd and 4. It's a big down.
Mm-hmm.
Double twins. All right. So we saw the exact same thing. That number 5 was coming. Now let's see if Alabama is going to change what they do. That safety should tell you. I'm thinking he's still coming. No, safety's moving to the middle of the field, so he's not coming. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if y'all can see what I was talking about, but the safety had moved over that slot because number 5 that was over the slot was going to blitz. Texas A&M sees it and makes a call. Then Alabama changes it, and I couldn't tell what was happening. And right before the ball was snapped, the safety moved back to the middle of the field, telling you that now he's no longer coming. It's going to be a, they changed coverages there. They call that blitz off.
It looks like they blitzed the safety from the other side.
Right. Okay, big down, 4th and 9, trips to the field up top. Alabama's bringing pressure. Quarterback's uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
made a really good throw. And stopped right there at the 1 yard or 2, right there inside of 5. It looked like we had some type of post or some type of combo route. I couldn't tell exactly because the receiver wasn't in the screen. But they caught Alabama in a blitz and protected long enough to get the ball out. That's not something that has been happening. This defensive Alabama's not been as sharp defensively on this set of downs. They've been tipping their blitzes off earlier, been tipping their coverages off earlier. That's not something that we saw done during the first half, and it's happened on this drive. I don't know what the reason is, but maybe they wasn't quite mentally ready after that turnover to get out there and execute.
Yeah. That is, when you're up 23 touchdowns with 3 minutes left.
Well, 3 minutes in the third.
Yeah, 3 minutes in the third.
You definitely don't want it to turn into a 2-score game.
That's
going
true.
into the 4th.
Yeah.
Not that Alabama would be scared, but I'm just saying as a coach, there's a big difference. When you get to only a 2-score lead, you get a little bit more nervous about it. You feel good at 3 scores. 2 scores, not so much.
Well, let's finish this drive, and then since we've got a chance to look at all these playoff teams, we'll give our final opinions on them.
Right.
What's changed since before we started looking at the film?
Sounds good. I'm anxious to see how Alabama finishes this drive off defensively. It's 2nd and goal on the 6-inch line, so you'd expect just to run some type of inside. Oh, they jumped. Inside zone or wedge play, something like that. Now it's going to back them back. They're going to be on 5, so we'll see what happens.
She's having a hard time moving the ball at all.
Right. That's the stuff as a coach just makes you sick in your stomach. Because it's not going to be easy to get 6 inches on them.
Right.
Now to get 5 yards on them down there.
That's a different ball game.
Completely different. All right. Let me ask you, what if you guessing right here? They're going to run the ball right here, they're going to throw it?
I think they throw it right here.
And they throw it. I think they're going to do some type of run. Just be a guess. That's going to be a pass now. Let's show pass.
Good call.
Good call. Yep. It was a good call. It's fairly safe because if you drop it, it's not a fumble, it's not a complete pass. I was thinking they, probably don't want to. I didn't think they would do much as far as holding on to the ball and taking a chance at a sack.
Yeah.
It's just tough with Alabama because they're so good in so many different areas.
That's right, it is.
All right, so we got Twins at the top of the wing, gonna bring motion. Who called the timeout right there? A&M. And they realize how important this is because without, you don't get a score here, you've got 0 chance.
That game's over with. Don't score here. Yeah. Down 3 touchdowns in 4. Good about
it. Well, while we got this little timeout right here, I would say offensively, I would rank the 4 teams as Oklahoma 1. Probably Clemson 2, Georgia 3. That's close between Georgia and Clemson.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Georgia.
Georgia 2. And Alabama 4.
And I would not have thought that coming in before we started watching the film, but Georgia's Hey, those running backs Georgia have are something else. They block really well too.
Defensively, um,
Defensively, I say Bama won, Clemson two, and
it's really close defensively between Clemson and Alabama.
and Georgia's not far.
And they're not far. Georgia's got the best defensive player.
They've got the best defensive player.
Roquan Smith, the best that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, as good as Bama and Clemson are, they don't have Roquan Smith out there.
But you also got to take in mind what Auburn did against Alabama and what Auburn did against Clemson.
That's true.
I know it's different times of the year and all that kind of stuff, but Clemson completely dominated Auburn.
They did 12 sacks. They won 12 sacks.
How did Auburn